Hello, my name is Mercedes Lubbers. This is my office with Trio Disability Support Services. I'm recording after work, so don't mind it too much, I hope. And then if I look like I'm looking off to the side, I am. I took some notes off to the left-hand side so I don't forget what I'm going to say. So I may not be looking at the camera the entire time. And if that's a bit awkward, I apologize. But anyway, so I'm going over the Your Elusive Creative Genius response. And so, question, how does the content of this video reflect your own views regarding you as a creative being? I found this video to be very interesting because my background is in English language and literature, and so being able to hear a TED Talk from a very famous author was nice, especially because I just genuinely like TED Talks in general. And I found her overall presentation to be pretty interesting. I liked that she gave a history of creativity and how it was seen differently in the past compared to how it's seen now, because I do feel like it's very important to anything in life to be able to look at the past and see how things were done. And it also gets into a lot of the questions of how society has changed our culture, how our values have changed, and what we deem as important has changed. And so I think sometimes we can see, does science, is it always a good thing, or has it become a burden because maybe it has dampened our creativity a little bit? But anyway, what stood out to me and what related to me the most throughout the video is her discussion on her own fears, or how people kept asking her, aren't you afraid that you won't excel, that you won't do better than this book? And that really stood out to me a lot, in that one of the biggest problems when it comes to creativity is this fear that comes along with it, is the fear and the pressure. And so she's talking about these concerns that other people have for those that are creative, and that creatives themselves have on their own self. And so it puts a lot of pressure on them, whether that pressure is coming from yourself or it's coming from someone else. There's the pressure and the fear that you're not going to be able to measure up, or you have to reach an expectation that you've set for yourself or that somebody else has set for you, and the fear that you're not going to be able to meet these expectations. And I think this fear is what causes a large lack of creativity, and I think it definitely has for me, because I've been afraid to fail, and so I don't even get started. But being able to watch that video and come to that conclusion has really helped me understand my own creative process a little bit more, and that it's not that I'm not creative, it's just that I've been afraid to fail in the past, and so I've been unlikely to try. And so I think I'd like to try and overcome that fear at some point. I don't necessarily know if I'm ready for that yet. I was and still am, a very anxious person when it comes to success and doing well, whether in school or in life in general. And so I've always stuck to things that are very safe, that are concrete. And creativity is not that at all. And I think she talks about that a lot, especially with the example of the old woman who or was it a man, that had to chase after this fleeting thought, and they had to catch it or it would be gone forever. And that's just not how I've lived my life. But I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. I think good things can come from living like that. And so I think my takeaways from the video are that I would really like to be more willing to try something creative, to not let that fear hold me back, because I think great things can happen when we go forward and don't let fear hold us back. And so it was a very good video. I may even recommend it to my own students. I think they would appreciate it, especially my creative students. And I think I should try and incorporate a little bit more of that for myself in all parts of my life, not just my creativity. Yep. Thanks for listening.